This is Lagos Street in Calabar, popularly known for its seafood. If you come here early in the morning and then in the evening, you will see enough and different kinds of seafood. They are known with names to distinguish from one another with historical, commercial, or religious backgrounds, which stands it out. Streets in Calabar, like any other cities in Nigeria, are named to reflect locations, events, heroes, and more. Calabar, associated with rich history, has names of streets reflecting places, cities, towns, and villages within and outside Calabar. One of such streets is the Lagos Street, which is in the center of the city. The street is usually a beehive, and seafoods are normally available for business. But what really makes Lagos Street unique, and why the name Lagos Streets?
In the early days, we had a lot of missionaries that came through our waters, for slave purposes, and of course, even in government, the colonial masters. And, for us, it's out of respect and love, right? That most of those streets, I want to believe, were named after them.
I would recommend a total review of the streets in Calabar and their names.
Are people aware of reasons for streets and their names in Calabar?
I even have my grandfather's name on one of the streets in Housing Estate, and I also have my father's name on one of the streets in Housing Estate, and that shows clearly their commitment and their involvement in the government of Cross River State.
People who have impacted in society, things like streets, are named after them.
The younger ones are coming up, even in sports, athletics, academics, and other things, they are coming up. So at least we should do something to immortalize them.
Aside Lagos Street are some other streets in Calabar named after the then protectorate government, while others are also named after the influence of the early missionaries for their contributions, emancipation, and the repositioning of the city of Calabar.
Calabar as the first capital of Nigeria. This is actually the city where the colonial masters landed ab initio. And most of the streets have been named after the British.
My grandfather, late Reverend Joseph Egbojak, founded a church and a primary school. Up till today, the school and the church, they are still functioning. Go to Chamberlain by White House, you see the school there, the church there. We're supposed to immortalize such a man. And this school was founded in 1931.
Respondents maintained that streets are important and they serve as a guide to people in any city. So the next time you live on a street in Calabar, ask for the reason for the name. In Calabar, Erika Ivy, NTA News.